want to show you a quick Christmas card because it's getting really close to Christmas and I haven't actually done any yet. So I just wanted to do one for you today. This is, I've done this one using the Silhouette Studio software. So I'm cutting out on my Silhouette or Craft Robo machine. But you can just take this template and just use a craft knife and cut it out yourself. You don't need the expensive machine to do this particular design. Anyhow, so first of all, I'm just going to go to the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle. I'm just going to select it and then go to specify dimensions, and I know I need it to be 14.8 wide and 10.5 high. And that shape there represents the base card. I won't actually be cutting this shape, but I just need it to kind of figure out where I'm going to put everything else. Okay, this card I want to have some windows so you'll be able to peek through into the inside of the card. So it's going to be 3 windows on this card just here. And they need to be, let me see, I think 4.4 centimeters. So I'm just going to draw the rectangle and then go ahead down here and specify the dimensions. So I know that square is precisely the size I need it to be. I need 3 of these. So again, having it selected, I'm just going to go to the replicate tool up here and I'm going to say row of 3. And that just gives me the 3 squares and they're all perfectly aligned as well. So I'm just going to select them all, holding down the shift key. And then I can just move them on the card base. Once I'm happy with how that's positioned just here, I can select this one on the right and go ahead and position this one pretty much in the same place. So I've got all those 3 selected again, and I'm just going to go to this menu here, which is the Align menu, and I'm going to click on this space horizontally. And if I just click off there so you can see, now these are perfectly spaced either side. These 2 are perfectly spaced either side of the central one. So once again I can go ahead, select them all, holding down the shift key and just clicking on the shape, and then hit group, which is Control G. And now it doesn't matter what I do, these are all held together and they're not going to be moving around where I don't want them to be. Okay, so this is the base of the card nearly done. But obviously the card itself, the base card, is going to be twice the size of this rectangle. So what I'm going to do is select this rectangle and go to this replicate menu and then just put duplicate above. And now I've got the 2 rectangles, which if I select them together and go to the modify and weld, have now created the full base card. So if I select everything now, which is Control A, just to make sure that they're aligned properly, I'm just going to hit Align Center. I don't think that actually did anything, so it must have been right. And then again hit Control G to group them all, and that is my base card completely finished now. So I'm just going to move it off to the side. Actually, I've just realised I do still need this. So I need these 3 windows in the middle. So I'm just going to highlight it again, right click and hit ungroup, and just use these here. Again, I need to ungroup them. So I'm right clicking on these and hitting ungroup. And then I'm just going to select one at a time and just go to the, which menu is it? Internal offset. And then I'm just going to offset it by 0.1 centimeters and hit apply. And I'm going to do that for each of these. You'll see where I'm going with this in just a second. Okay, so now I need to just zoom in because I can't see what I'm doing. I just need to select the larger of the rectangles, the squares. So I'm doing that by hitting Shift and clicking on the squares. I'm going to regroup those because I don't want them to move. And I'm also going to select the base card at the same time and regroup that. And then I can just go ahead and shift this off screen. And these 3 that are left, I absolutely definitely now need to group them. I do not want those to shift because I know they're exactly the right position to be frames for those 3 square windows in the base card. So Let's just zoom back out again. Next up, I need to do, well, I'll just show you on this. The idea is there's going to be a piece of pattern paper that just goes like this across the windows. Again, having some windows that you can see through to look into the inside of the card. So I need to create that around these 3 squares. I'm going to go to the rectangle tool, draw a rough rectangle, go up here to my scale window, specify the dimensions. It needs to be the full width of the card, so that's again 14.8 centimeters, and I'd say probably about 6.3 high. So select both of those. You can just draw a marquee around things to select them all if you wish, or you can hold down the shift key and click on each object. And then just go to the align center and align middle. And now you can see that that's given me a perfect frame, sort of like that film frame around those squares. So again, highlighting them all, Control and G to group them. And that is actually all the things I need ready to be cut on my craft robo. As I say, you could just cut these out using, you know, craft knife and ruler, but if you've got the machine, you might as well make the most of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these out, and I'll meet you back at my craft desk and show you how I put the card together.